Two women have made me the priest and the person I am. One of them, of course, is my life partner, Paula. The other is my wounded daughter, Marie. I want to talk to you one last time about Marie. Most of you know she has autism. Sometimes that condition is called mind blindness, because someone with autism finds it almost impossible to sense what another person is feeling or thinking. We don't know what causes autism, but it seems to be something to do with genetics. Marie also has intellectual deficits. Now, this is not related to her autism. Many people with autism are extremely intelligent. But Marie's mental limitations are most likely because the umbilical cord was around her neck during the birth process, and her brain was probably deprived of some oxygen for a little while. Because of these disabilities, you could say that Marie's life is limited. But I came across something written by Ursula Le Guin, a famous and gifted writer. Listen to this. A planet close up is all dirt and rocks. A life day to day is a hard job. You get tired. You lose the pattern. But if you see the whole thing, a planet, a life, it's beautiful. Now, those words can apply to all of us, but I think especially of Marie. Her life, limited as it is a beautiful life. Over the 37 years of her life, I've kept a journal, and I've taken notes on her. Some of the stories are sad and painful. Some are very funny. And then there are the moments when Marie is the voice of God. You have to listen carefully to Marie. She talks nonstop, and much of what she says is repetitive or nonsensical. And yet she is aware of whatever is going on around her. It just comes out sideways in her words. And if you listen, really listen, you can find treasure. Now, some of you have asked what I plan to do in retirement. And of course, Paula and I have a lot of plans and dreams. But among other things, I might try some writing now that I will have more time for it. Kurt Vonnegut, another famous writer, said this: I believe that reading and writing are the most nourishing forms of meditation anyone has so far found. I do Occidental style meditation when I make the rest of the world drop away by gazing at little black marks on a printed page. So I might do some writing. And I might write something called The Gospel According to Marie. That book, if I wrote it, would without a doubt contain the 5 best things I have ever heard Marie say. These are words I've taken to heart. These are words I recite out loud every day on my walks. These are words to live by. Most of you have heard them before, but we do listen to the same Bible words again and again in church, so you can hear this personal scripture again too. Marie once asked a really good question. She phrased it in a funny way, but it's actually quite profound. She said, "If you were you, what would you do?" If you were you, what would you do? I can't answer that question for anyone else, but I can assure you that that question is worth your meditation. If you were you, what would you do? Another time I heard Marie say something to a priest friend of mine. Like all clergy, he is quite a talker, and we were at his home in Michigan, and he was chatting extensively about something I can no longer remember, but Marie cut in laughing and said to him, "Lighten up, God boy." Marie named him God boy before she gave me the same name. Marie has no respect for the clergy. The point she was making was important for anyone. Don't take yourself so seriously. You're just another Joe, just another Josephine. Laugh at yourself once in a while. Lighten up. The third saying from the Gospel according to Marie is one she gave me years ago in a time of stress. It was during a very bad stretch of winter weather, and things were not so good at church at that time, and I was frazzled. Marie noticed, and Marie said, "Daddy, let it go. Go with the flow." I was stunned. I said, "What did you say?" She went on, "Breathe in, breathe out." Well, we found out later this was a mantra used by staff members with her to help her cope when she was stressed out. But my sweet Marie saw that I needed to take these words to heart, and I did, and I do. This is a time of incredible stress for all of us. So her words are especially valuable to us right now. Let it go. Go with the flow. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now, saying number 4 is one I've told you about many times because it's so great. One day I was doing that thing that so many husbands do from time to time. My wife was talking to me and I was looking at her, but I wasn't really paying close attention to what she was talking about. Marie noticed this and she laughed and she said, "Listen up, God boy." That is such good advice to anyone in any relationship. Listen up. Give the other person your full attention. And saying number 5 is the very best of all. I will think of this one every day of my life until I die. If you know anyone with autism, you know that they are not comfortable with eye contact. Marie is no exception. She doesn't look people in the eye very often. That doesn't mean that she misses anything, you understand. She must have amazing peripheral vision. Well, one day, years ago, as I always do, I said, "Marie, I love you." She answered, "I love you too," but she wouldn't really look at me, of course. And even though I knew why, it still got to me that day. So out of frustration, I said, "Marie, why won't you look me in the eye?" And immediately, without looking at me, she said, "Because I can look you in the heart." It took my breath away. It still does. The greatest thing in the world is to be loved. If you have someone who loves you, a friend, a child, a spouse, a parent, or God above, you are rich. If someone can say to you, "I can look you in the heart," you have found the greatest treasure of all. So those are the highlights of the Gospel according to Marie. If you were you, what would you do? Lighten up. Let it go. Go with the flow. Breathe in. Breathe out. Listen up. I can look you in the heart. So I want to conclude by paraphrasing one of my favorite fictional characters, Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. When his best friend, Mr. Spock, died saving the ship, Kirk said something that I can change just a little to apply to my sweet Marie. Of all the hearts I have encountered in my travels, hers is one of the most human.